Okay, so welcome everyone to how to make money doing what you love. And for those of you that are watching the replay, because there's been a lot of you register and not that many of you come on live, how does it get any better than that? So my name's Michelle Edhouse and I am an artist, a mum, a business owner and an access consciousness facilitator. I live in Rotorua, New Zealand, and I have been creating multiple income streams from multiple things that I enjoy doing for a number of years now. So what my target with today's class, webinar, whatever you want to call it, is to create a space where you desire to have fun with what you're doing and receive money as well. Now, this can show up in so many different ways, and many of the tools that I'll be sharing with you today are based on the Access Consciousness tools. So if you would like to know more about Access Consciousness, check it out, accessconsciousness.com. So this is an interactive class. It's not something where you'll just sit there and quietly nod your head and write down notes and leave feeling like you really should do something one day with that information. It's today is about you and how can you create money doing what you love. So a little bit more about my background. I grew up on an orchard. My parents were orchardists, and the thing that I remember hearing most often when it came to money was money doesn't grow on trees. Now, we owned an orchard. That kind of a bit weird to me. But anyway, so I came from that sort of background. We didn't come from a lot of money. I remember, you know, mum standing in the driveway in dad's arms, just sobbing because of the financial situation they were in. And I made the demand in my world several times over my lifetime, and more recently, since I've been doing Access, to change that, to not have that be my reality, and to have fun doing what I'm doing, whatever I'm doing. So first question I'd love to ask you is, what does making money mean to you? And you can either type it in the chat, you can unmute and tell me what it is, or just think about it in your head. It's up to you. So money, for me, when I first started looking at creating money from doing what I love, was money was something that you did, which was hard work. You did what you had to do, even if you didn't want to do it. You know, there was all sorts of points of view come up for me. What about you guys? What comes up when you hear people talking about making money? Jackie's typing. I like that. To be secured. Hard to make millions, from Samika. You have to work hard to get money, from Jackie. Yeah, exactly. So all the points of view you have about how to make money, what you have to do to make money, and whether it's fun to make money, will you destroy and uncreate all of those, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, fun, POC, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. Now, that is the weird, wacky, and most wonderful clearing statement from Access Consciousness. Access clearing statement, you can find out more about it at theclearingstatement.com. And all you really need to know is it's weird, it's wacky, it's wonderful, and it works. And it's kind of like this energetic vacuum that just sucks up all the crap that you've built around the energy and allows the energy to be free energy again. So Wendy put, funny as you said it today, it was physically making the paper money. Oh, cool. How many lifetimes have you made money in your life? And how many times have you been at counterfeit? You know, making counterfeit money. how does it get me? Oh, that would be fun. Sorry, that's just that lights up my world. So all the decisions, the judgments, the conclusions, and the computations you have about what making money is, what it means, and how hard you have to work for it, and how unfun that is, will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. That made my head spin, the counterfeit stuff. Yeah, truly. Like, how many of you have the point of view that if making money is easy and fun, it must be fraudulent or bad and wrong, you know, illegal even. It's illegal to make money by having fun. How does it get any better than that? And, you know, in some people's realities, it is illegal to, you know, have fun and make money. And what does it mean about you if you're having fun and making money? Oh, everything that brought up, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. I get told you can't do it that way. Yeah. How many of you have been told you can't make money being an artist or being a musician? Or I saw this amazingly hilarious meme today. It was posted on Lightworkers of the World, and it was like, and it said something along the lines of, other people, and then in speech marks, why do you charge for your light working? It's a gift. You should give it freely. And then it says me. And then in speech marks, this picture of him showing an empty fridge. It's like, whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are you using to refuse the money-making fun you could be choosing? Everything that is times a godzillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. Oh, wow. Husband lives in that paradigm, can't make money from fun. He's like the fun police. Have thousands of dollars of art supplies that I don't make things with. That might explain something. Yep. My father-in-law walked into my studio the other day and he looked around and he's like, you've got a lot of stuff in here, don't you? And I went, uh-huh, it's fun. And his whole world just went, oh, does not compute, does not compute, does not compute. Samika says, you need to keep doing a job to pay your bills. Yes, you do. Absolutely. That's total truth. Pock and pod that. And get consistency of money, compromise and listen and take shit from your bosses as money is essential. Wow. That's magical. How's that working for you, Samika? I hear you've unmuted yourself, honey, so you can talk if you want to.
Oh, it's not working for me at all. It's horrible.
Cool. So how much of that are you willing to destroy and uncreate?
All of it.
All right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. And you know, guys, when we destroy and uncreate stuff like this, what can show up as other possibilities. It doesn't mean what you've been creating so far is necessarily going to disappear like that, but you start to be able to see the other possibilities. You start to be able to be aware of where else, what else, who else, when else, instead of just being stuck in this little box where you can't see anything or anyone and you just have to go through that tunnel of life. I love the analogy of, walking down a corridor and there's absolutely no doors in the corridor, no windows, no light. It's just this horrible dark tunnel. And then you pock and pop something and there's a door appears in the distance. It's still closed, but there's a possibility. And the more and more you pock and pod, suddenly all these other doors start to appear. And it's still your choice whether you just keep walking down that same corridor and not look at any of the doors. Sometimes you might stop and open a door and look through and go, nah, not choosing that, and keep walking down the corridor. But every time you pock and pod something, there's more doors appear, more possibilities show up in your reality. And, you know, you might choose to go through one of those doors, choose a different possibility, go down a different road. And again, there's stuff going to show up in your world. There's points of view that'll keep you from being aware of other possibilities. And it's just it becomes this game of, oh, how many points of view do I have keeping me from having more possibilities? Pock and pod all that. And all these doors appear and go, oh, now which door do I want to go down? Oh, let's try this one. Oh, look, more points of view. Yay, pock and pod, yay, let's clear it out. And it's clearing, choosing, clearing, choosing. Choice trumps everything. So if you're looking to create a different reality in your world, maybe it's creating money for doing what you love. Maybe it's having a relationship that's fun. Whatever you're looking to create as your world, if you just keep choosing what you're choosing, you know that old saying, doing what you're doing, expecting a different result is a sign of insanity. You've got to choose to create a different reality and actually start choosing to be creating that reality. So whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are you using to keep you from choosing to create the reality you desire to be living? And everything that is times a godzillion, where you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And for those of you that are new to Access, a godzillion is a number so big only God knows. Whoever that is for you. So what else does making money mean to you? Ooh, everything that brings up. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Making money is freedom to Jackie. Cool. All right. So if you're not making money, are you not free? Ooh. You can unmute and talk to me. I like people talking to me. Wendy says, I just realized that there are so many projections, expectations, and significance around all the things I buy to create. Ooh, who does that belong to?
Husband.
Husband. Gotta love those husbands. Oh, how does it get any better? So how many projections, expectations, rejections, and separations and judgments, or Pez Juniors, are you using to keep you from creating the money from doing what you love? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And anybody who is new to Access Tools, there's a new book out called Projections, Expectations, Rejections and Separations. It's an amazing book. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. I've been attending and facilitating Access Consciousness classes for nearly 9 years now, and that book still blew my head away. Oh wow, it's got so much in it. It's so powerful and dynamic. I highly recommend it. I'll just put a link to it on Amazon in the chat if anybody's interested, and I'll put it in the follow-up email as well. So how many projections, expectations, rejections, separations, and judgments are you using to keep you from choosing to make money doing what you love. And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, whole nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are you using to keep you from choosing to make money doing what you love? And everything that is, you've bought those lies as real and true, will you destroy and uncreate them all, please, and return them all to sender with consciousness attached. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. So when we are buying into other people's lies, it shuts off those doors in that corridor that I was talking about before. It's like they tell you a lie and it wallpapers up over the door. Can't see it anymore. How does it get any better than that? So one of the tools I would love to share with you all, and you know, this goes back to somebody was saying at the beginning there about being told that you cannot make money that way. Yeah, Jackie was saying that earlier. And so oftentimes they don't even say it verbally, you perceive the energy of it. And if you buy that as real and true, what does it do? Your thoughts create your reality. Your points of view create your reality. So if you buy into somebody else's reality as being yours, you've just limited your reality. Okay. So one of the amazing tools that we have in Access Consciousness is called, who does this belong to? And if you use it for every thought, every feeling and every emotion that shows up in your world for 3 days, it's like suddenly you're in this walking, talking meditation. And it's really interesting because the first time I did that really solidly for 3 days, I went to my chiropractor at the end of the 3 days and she was just, she's like, what have you been doing? I'm like, my dad just died. Does that count? Like, what do you mean? What have I been doing? And she's like, you are the most connected to the universe I've ever seen you. You're probably one of the most connected to the universe people I've ever seen. What have you been doing? And I said, I've been doing this who does this belong to tool. Now, I used that tool when my dad died because I knew that there was going to be a lot of projections and expectations and on me as to how I should feel, how I should be, how I should act, and I'd also be aware of a lot of other people's feelings and thoughts and emotions for themselves about Dad passing. And but would you be willing to use that tool, even if it's the thought of, oh no, my work's not good enough to go into that art gallery. Oh, who does that belong to? How many other people have thought that, and you're just perceiving their points of view? Is it actually yours? And if it's not yours, how do you know whether it's yours or not? There's another cool tool. What's light is right for you, and what's heavy is a lie for you. So if you ask, who does this belong to? Is it mine or someone else's? Whichever one is expansive, brightens up your world, feels like the weight lifting off your shoulders, any of those sorts of things, that's the one that's correct for you. It's the one that's true for you. The one that is like, and heavy and contracted and which is how a lot of us actually judge life should be, and so that should be real, but no. Wendy, it's showing up that it's your iPad that has low bandwidth, so maybe if you were to turn off your video, you might have a better chance, if you can hear me. Yeah, so what's light is right for you and what's heavy is a lie for you. So when you ask, who does this belong to? and it's not yours, like if it lightens up on someone else, just return to sender. Okay, it's not mine. I don't have to live from this. I don't have to function from this. I don't have to believe it. So, oh, she's dropped off. How does it get any better than that? So, whose reality have you been functioning from with regards to making money? Is it your reality, or is it someone else's reality? What else is possible? What if you were creating your own reality? And what else would be possible if you were functioning from your reality and not other people's? And everything that brings up, and everywhere you've kind of gone into that, oh, I have to try and work it out. I have to think about this. Oh my goodness, I can't think. Will you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. So many of us try and think and work it out, and what if it's not logical? What if there is no linear steps? What if you could be out of control with making money? Ooh, everything that brought up, where you just try and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. Yeah, Jackie, did you want to ask a question?
Oh, no, I just liked what you said without thinking about it.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that's been a big thing for me. I've always been what you'd call a head tripper. Everything had to be logical for me. I mean, I grew up a computer scientist. I've got a computer science degree with a mathematics background, management systems, building systems that work, and and it always has to be logical and linear and planned out, and you've got to know how to get to the end before you even start, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to mute you, Jackie, because you're bringing in a bit of noise. But if you've got another do have a question, please unmute and come chat. And so one of my favouriteest clearings that I adore, and I've run thousands of times over the last 8 years, is what would it take to be out of control, out of definition, out of form, structure, and significance, out of linearity, and out of concentricities for all eternity. And everything that doesn't allow that, I destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. And there's another version of it, which is what would happen if I was out of control, out of definition, out of form, structure, and significance, out of linearity, and out of concentricities for all eternity. And what that'll do is bring up all the decisions and judgments and conclusions about what's going to happen if you were out of control. And then you just pock and pod them. Okay, so everywhere I've decided that, pock and pod that. And, I do a style of art that you have to be willing to be out of control to do the style of art that I do. And it's literally you put paint in a cup and then tip the cup out and see what happens. It's really fun. And 2-3 years ago, even if I'd seen a video of somebody doing it, I would have been like, I can't cope with this. How can they do that? Oh my God, it's like, And I would have actually probably called it ugly because I couldn't allow that amount of out of control in my reality. Hey, Yoko. So that running that clearing of what would happen if I was out of control, out of definition, out of form, structure, and significance, out of linearity, and out of concentricities for all eternity, Everything that is times a godzillion will you all destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. By running that over and over and over again, I got to a point that not only could I watch somebody doing it, but I got excited about the possibilities. And I now have a YouTube channel with over 5,000 subscribers who love watching me be out of control with paint. How does it get any better than that? So, okay, cool. So what is it that you love doing? I mean, I love painting and I love facilitating, and but what is it that you love doing? And not all of us are into painting. Not all of us are into facilitating change and possibilities. Maybe you love cooking. Maybe you love talking to people. Maybe you love having massages, giving massages. Maybe you love being in nature, gardening. What is it that you love that you wish that you could make money, but you don't believe you can make money out of it? And one of the questions that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, always asks is, what do you find so easy to do that you can't believe anybody would ever pay you to do it?
Am I allowed to ask a question? So,
yes, you are. Welcome back.
Sorry, I can't, completely lost the internet as you were like getting to the really interesting spots.
It's all right. The
Anyway,
recording will be there for you.
Thank you. I love facilitating, and yet there's some block about like starting that business. It's really weird. I could do I could do it in my sleep. I love it.
Okay, cool. So what is it that you love creating with people when you facilitate them?
Change. I love to see them walk into a space that they know. They know what they know, and they've got access to what they know.
So, and when you think about creating a business, what do you think about it, creating it as?
I'm not sure. Nobody's ever asked me that question. That's weird. No, I've never thought about it. Can you tell me more?
Do you notice the difference in the energy, though, between when I ask you, what do you love about facilitating? What is it that you create with people when you're facilitating? And when we flipped it into business? So all the decisions, the judgments, the conclusions, the computations, all the lies you're using to, what's that word?
I don't know, but I got it.
To mutate the joy of creation when applied to business, we destroy and uncreate that.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. Yeah, I mean, I've been asking recently for the energies. I mean, I've been running these daily energy pool series. And we're having it again next month. If anyone wants to come and play, then we will be 30 days for $50, 15 minutes every morning for 30 days. Cheap as chips, baby. Come and have some fun. So what I realized was when I was looking at creating my business, I was looking at trying to fit into other people's realities, trying to sell it as a product that people want. And when I started looking at what energies am I looking to create with my clients, I then, clients just started to show up as if by magic. Okay, so what energy is it that you're looking to create with your clients, and would you be willing to pull that in into your reality and let little trickles go out to all the people who are looking for you and are willing to
Yeah.
pay you money for it.
Yeah. When you took it to that space, my head almost exploded. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I haven't been playing in that space for what reason?
Exactly. And that's the cool thing. It's like when we contract with all our decisions and judgments and conclusions about what business is and how I must have a business card, I must have a website, I must be advertised in this area, I must talk to people about this, this, and this, otherwise they won't be interested in me, blah, 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 blah. Instead of going, okay, what am I looking to create? Oh, that. Cool. All right, let's go, baby. Bring it, universe, and show me the money. So how many of you have been unwilling to also ask for the money?
Yeah, me.
Yeah. And can I have the money now, please? And can I have the money now, please? And can I have the money now, please? Yeah. I always remember Simone Milasas, who's the founder of Joy of Business and also the creative director, I don't know what she's called, an amazing contributor, hugely valuable to Access Consciousness worldwide, talking about chatting to Shannon O'Hara, who's the founder of Talk to the Entities, about some entity stuff, some ghost stuff that was going on for her. And they chatted for about 2 minutes, and then Shannon said, would you like to have a private session with me? How many of you, when you're doing what you love, it's so much fun doing what you're doing, you just want to keep giving. What if you were to go, give, and would you like a private session? Would a piece of my art like to come home with you? Would you like me to paint your nails so that they can look as good as mine? Or whatever it is that's fun for you. How many times have you given away your time for free when that person would have quite happily paid you? I mean, I adore my sister, and she's finally slapped me around enough to the point where I'm actually willing to charge her for private sessions. She's like, are you going to charge me for this? And I'm like, oh, but it was fun, and you're my sister. She's like, I'm willing to pay. Okay, fine, I'll have the money. How does it get any better? I'm very grateful for my sister. I love her a lot. And, you know, how many people are willing to pay you, but you've just never asked? How many people, you know, if you're an artist, how many people have gone, oh my God, I love that painting. And you're just so excited, like you've received the gift of them receiving the beauty of your painting or whatever piece of art you've done, that you're just so grateful that you just go, would you like to take it home? And they go, oh, yes, please. And one more question of, and how much would you like to pay for that? Or that would be $200 and you can take it home with you or whatever. Like, what if there's just one more question that takes it from being doing what you love to doing what you love and receiving money? So everything that's brought up, everywhere you're like, oh, but that would ruin it. That would just take away the joy from it to have to turn around and make money out of it. Everything that is times the godzillion, can we destroy and uncreate all that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Somebody said to me one day, because I've written a book called Unlocking Unhappy, and it's literally just the story of the tools that I've used to just break free of that cell of that box of unhappy that I was functioning from. And somebody said, oh, how can you make money from that? I was like, well, why not? And I'm like, oh, good question. Why not? So how many places have you stopped yourself from making money because you haven't even thought about it? Everywhere, all the all the blinders that you've got on to keep you from making money from doing what you love, will you destroy and uncreate them all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. Cool. So does that help, Wendy? Is there anything else you wanted to ask on that?
There is, but I can't put words to the energy at the moment. So no, that's cool. If it pops up, I'll ask again.
Yep. Awesome.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So Samika says, I love inspiring, leading, and making a difference by speaking to people. Yeah. Why not? Jackie says, running bars, and I'm choosing to be a facilitator. Awesome. And, you know, being a facilitator is fantastic. But if your joy is from running bars, but not from teaching classes, keep running bars. Like, how many of us have looked at what everyone else is doing and gone, oh, well then, if they're doing it, then I have to do it too. Okay, so, you know, let's take, for example, my art. Somebody might look at what I do on YouTube and go, oh, well, if I'm going to be a successful artist, then I need to have a YouTube channel too. But they hate being in front of a camera. They hate talking to people. Like, you choose that for what reason? Just do your art and find somebody to sell it for you. What else is possible? So that's another thing that I'd love to put into your awareness of who or what can you add to your business that can create more for you and your business. Cool. You need some clients, Jackie. How does it get any better than that? So what questions are you asking to create more clients? Or are you just sitting there in the pile of poo called, I need more clients? I noticed that myself the other day. I was sitting in my gallery and I counted up how many pieces of art I had in my gallery. And I was like, oh, fuck. I need to sell some art. I need to sell some art. And I said it 5 times, and each time it got heavier and heavier and heavier. And I was like, oh, what question is I need to sell some art? It's not a question. It's a notification. Yes, I need to sell some art. Okay, cool. What's required for me to sell some art? Now that's a question. What can I be or do today to create some sales of art today? So for you, Jackie, who can I talk to? Who can I add to my business or life that will create more clients now and in the future? Don't forget to add the future part. Future's always good. A lot of people function from, I need money now, or I need to get more clients now. And they do everything to create now, but they always have to create now every day. Whereas if they're creating now and the future, that's when the ease starts to happen, because you're always creating your future as well as your present. What do I need to do or be to create more clients? Yeah, now and in the future. And what if you were to take the word need out of that? What can I do or be today to create more clients now and in the future? Get the energy of the word need. Is it joyful, expansive, or is it heavy and contractive and do I have to, but I need to, you know? So when you're asking a question to create, notice if there's any really heavy words in the question. What do I need to be or do? What can I be or do? What choices can I create today? So play with that. Now, I started talking about something then, and I can't remember what I was. Oh, yeah. Who or what can I add to my business? Who or what can I add to my business to create more now and in the future is a question that I absolutely love. And it's not about the conclusions of a business requires this, this, and this. And if I don't have that, my business isn't going to work. Okay, so how many definitions of what's required to make a business or to make money or to make a business or money from doing what you love do you have? And everything that is, Tom's a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pop, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. I was doing a private session with somebody recently, and I was like, who or what could you add to your business to create more ease here? And she's like, well, I don't have enough clients to add anybody to my business. And I was like, okay, cool. So what are you what are you unable to do because you're building your business? And she's like, my house is a pigsty and I never get around to cleaning it. I only have enough time to tidy it and then I don't have time to clean it. So, okay, cool. What if you could add a robotic vacuum cleaner? And she's like, you can buy them as cheap as $45. And I was like, uh-huh. I said, so you've got time to tidy but not clean. So tidy, then hit the button, the go button on the robotic vacuum cleaner and go to work. She's like, hallelujah. Like the light came on above her head, you know. And so when you ask that question of who or what can I add to my life and business to create more now and in the future, it could be anything. It could be a new accounting software package that means that you can do it sitting on the toilet. That's how I do my accounts, sitting on the toilet. Usually takes me longer to go to the toilet when I'm doing my accounts than normal, but hey, the kids aren't yelling at me. So it could be a new staff member. It could be clients. Like who or what can I add to my business? Add more clients. Okay, cool. What's required there? And when you start asking questions like that, people show up. Another private client that I was talking to yesterday, she's like, I've been asking what would it take to be able to process my my workload with more ease. I got a phone call just out of the blue yesterday from a lady who's got all the qualifications and everything I require, and she's looking for some work. It's like, ask and you shall receive actually does exist. It's one of the truths of the universe. So what are you asking for? And what if you don't even need to know cognitively what it will take to create the money from doing what you love? Now, talking about creating money doing what you love, get a sense of the energy that you be when you're doing what you love. Whether it's facilitating, art, talking to people, whatever it is that you love being or doing. Get a sense of the energy that you be, the joy, the expansiveness. And now add that to every other area of your life. It's like bottling it up and then tipping it over. I always think of your favorite sauce. You know, some people love tomato sauce. I'm not a fan. But they put tomato sauce on everything. They'd put it on chocolate cake if they could, you know. But what if you were to do that with the energy you be when you're doing what you love? Grab some of that energy and pour it over the stuff that you don't necessarily love doing. Be that energy while you're doing the other things as well. What would that create? What would it be like if you were being that space, that energy of orgasmic living, when you're with that narky, yucky boss that screams at you all the time? I hope none of you have got one of those, but yes, your own secret sauce. And would you be willing to be judged for having too much fun? And everywhere you're unwilling to be judged for having fun, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. What if the purpose of life was to have fun? That's a question Gary Douglas asked, a good number of years ago in a class, and I was just like, what do you mean? No, the purpose of life is to have 2.5 children, a white picket fence, and be mortgage-free by the time you retire, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I tried that. 2.5 kids down the track. Nope, not working. Okay, cool. What else is possible? How much fun can you have with everything you do? And how, money follows joy. So if you're having fun, being joyful, do whatever you're doing, the money's going to follow. How many of you have been to a party and everyone's being sad sap sitting in the corner going, oh, well, it's me. How long did you stay at the party? Money has the same point of view. I'm not hanging out with you lot. You're boring. I'm going somewhere where it's fun. So, how much fun can you add to your life is my next question there. So, with regards to actually how to make money doing what you love, that's one of them. Start loving everything. And if it's not fun, don't do it. Find something else to do instead. Whoa! Everywhere you just freaked out because you're like, oh my God, I can't quit my job even though I hate it because I have to have it to pay the bills. And what else is possible? And what else is possible? And how does it get any better than that? Now, please interrupt me. I can talk for hours, so just interrupt me if you've got any questions. Wendy took the bait on that. I'll go for it, Wendy.
I was just searching around. Maybe you can speak to it. This is specifically about like making money from your art, though. I was listening to one of the boys' radio shows from before Christmas sometime, and a girl rang in and was talking about her art and how to sell it. And he was actually talking about creating your art for the people who are actually going to come and buy it from you.
Mm-hmm.
So can you speak to that?
Okay, cool. So everywhere you've decided that you have to do something specific and know who they are and know what that looks like and know cognitively, okay, so there's going to be a man in a red BMW that's going to come to the gallery in October on the 13th, so I'll need to have it ready by then, and he's going to be looking for something with a black background and some gold, but also some greens and blues. Okay, I need to paint that and have it ready by the time he arrives in October. Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds.
Holy crap, I didn't even realise that's where my cognitive awareness went to. Thank you.
It came out of someone's head somewhere. So creating for the people that are actually going to buy your art is an energetic, out of control space that you be. I've noticed that a lot of my paintings I've been creating for the people that are going to watch my videos. And it's a similar thing. I've been asking to create my video channel more than I've been asking to actually sell the art. So I've been creating for what's going to create views, what's going to invite subscribers and all of that sort of thing. But it's a similar concept in as much as I tap into energetically what's required here. And you can do this with facilitating, you can do this with, public speaking, you can do it with anything. What will people be able to receive? Okay. And so it may be just, I go into quite a bit of this in the Unleashing Your Creativity call that I did 4,000 subscribers ago. How's it get any better than that? But it's about, you know, tapping into, okay, what desires to be created here? And what desires to be created for the clients that are going to show up? And, you know, if you're creating a class, okay, it's all well and good creating this class that says how to pick your nose without making it bleed. How many people are you going to get on that class? Quite honestly. And how many people would you get on a class that was being joyful with your body? You'd get a few more, right? There's more people out there wanting to be joyful with their body than there is wanting to not make their nose bleed when they pick it. Still going to cover the same shit, talk about the same tools, and there's probably going to be somebody that no longer gets a nosebleed when they pick it. And you're going to get a lot more clients. What can be received? So tap into the energy of what's desiring to be created, to be sold. What are people willing to pay for? And then create from that energy. Okay, cool. So is that a record pour? Is that a canvas pour? Oh, a canvas pour. Okay. Is it got negative space or no negative space? Negative space. Okay. White negative space, black negative space, a different color negative space, black negative space. Okay, cool. So is it then a pour? Is it a dirty cup pour? Is it a flip cup? Is it a spiral pour? Is it, you know, just start asking questions. What's required? Now, what colors is that going to be? Okay, cool. Which colors would like to go first, second, third, fourth? And just start out from, is there a painting that would like to be created for somebody to buy it? Yes, no, yes. Okay, cool. Great, let's paint. We get to paint today. Yay. And one of the cool things that I've been playing with a lot, probably the last 18 months, and if you go back through my vlog videos, you'll probably find the video that started it, was the awareness that I was already functioning from conclusions when I started to ask questions. All right. So how many conclusions are you using to start the question process? And everything that is times the godzillion where you destroy and uncreate it all.
That makes me want to vomit. Thank you.
Love it when people want to vomit. It's awesome. It means bringing up that shit and getting rid of it. How does it get any better than that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Those of you that haven't done any access consciousness and are wondering why we're talking so much about questions, questions empower and open possibilities. And answers, conclusions, decisions, judgments limit you. They disempower you. They close down the possibilities that are available. So if you're functioning from the point of view that I'm going to paint right now, how many points of view do you have already? And so destroy and uncreate all those. Okay, what would be fun to be or do right now? Oh, but I have to paint because that's how I make my money. Oh, look, there's a conclusion already. What if going to the movies could make you money, or taking the dog for a walk could make you money? And it may not be that you meet somebody at the movie theatre that says, what do you do? And you say, I'm an artist, and they go, can I see what you do? And they buy a painting. Could you go away, please? But mummy, I finished my cleaning jobs. Can I go on the screen now? No, fuck off. Love you. Bye-bye. But it may be that getting out of the house, getting out of the studio, getting out of wherever you're working from, and just going and breathing some fresh air, you might see colours on the screen that inspire you. It may be just that something else shows up in your world. Who knows, you might find $50 laying on the ground that if you hadn't gone to the movie theatre, you wouldn't find $50 and you wouldn't be able to buy those extra paints that'll make the really cool painting that'll get sold for $5,000. You know? Like, where are you unwilling to receive the contributions the universe is trying to gift you? And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Creating your art, creating your classes, creating whatever it is for the people that are willing to pay for it. Now, Shannon O'Hara has created this amazing talk to the entities thing, right? If she'd just gone, oh, I can talk to entities, I'll go to expos and sit in a booth and do readings, would that have been fun and joyful for her? I'd say, knowing Shannon, not really. But writing a book, teaching classes, facilitating people to know that they know, to have awarenesses, to have more ease and joy with being aware of entities and spirit. Oh my God, she has so much fun with that. So what have you defined as what you can do that limits how much fun you can have? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Oh. So if the purpose of life was to have fun, what would you be or do different? How much more fun can you be having? And whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are you using to stop you from making money doing what you love? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. Whose lies, what lies, and how many lies are you using to stop you from choosing to create money doing what you love? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And the very last point I wanted to cover with you guys was, what forms of income can you generate doing what you love? Now, I'm going to use the art as an example. I could have gone, I can paint. Okay, I'm going to paint and I'm going to sell the originals. And that's the only income stream that's possible for me. Okay, and a lot of artists do that. Having done a lot of Joy of Business classes, and I highly recommend at least reading the book Joy of Business. And I'll put a link to that as well. But how many other income streams are available? So, okay, I've created the YouTube channel, and when people watch the ads for at least 30 seconds at the beginning of the thing, then Google sends me money. How does it get any better than that? And also I have some of the photos of the ones that I've created are listed on photo sales websites. So where people can download the the digital and use it for making stuff. They can use it for graphics. They can use it for whatever they want to use it for. But if they download it, they pay a small amount of money, and I get an even smaller amount than that because the website takes their cut, but that's cool. Yeah, I've put my graphics onto products like jerseys and t-shirts and yoga pants and mugs and things like that, and they're on websites that people might randomly stumble upon and buy them, and I get a small cut out of that too. How many income streams are you refusing because you haven't been willing to ask what other income streams are available here? You know, with facilitating, how many people go, oh, I must become a certified facilitator of access consciousness, and then I can teach foundation classes, and that will be me being a facilitator. I have a girlfriend she's a ex-school teacher, and she's just scored herself this job traveling around the whole of New Zealand and Australia, working with kids who we in Access consider X-Men because they're amazing. They've got talents and abilities that nobody's acknowledging. And working with them to facilitate them to have more ease in the school system. Now, she doesn't have to be a certified facilitator to use the tools she's learned from Access to facilitate these kids to know that they know and to have ease and joy with knowing that, and how to manipulate the system to their advantage. How to manipulate their parents into letting them be them. How cool is that? So what have you decided is you doing what you love that's limiting you being and doing other stuff that includes that? And everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine, boys, shorts, and beyonds. So we've come to the end of our hour. Thank you so much for joining me. Jackie says, thank you so much. Truly grateful for your class. I have expanded my income in the last 2 months using some of the Access tools. What else is possible? Yay! Go Jackie! So, you know, I mentioned earlier in the energy pool series that I'm doing each month. That's available in Japanese as well. Happy to have it translated to other languages if anybody else, if there's a translator and there's people wanting to have it translated. So, yep, $50, come play. It's every morning New Zealand time, 7:30 a.m. And I'll put a link to that in the follow-up email. Also, if you are interested in private sessions with me, I love doing creating money and business coaching sessions. It's like super fun. And basically we do everything from brainstorming ideas, planning your website, clearing blocks, opening up possibilities, and, you know, right the way through to step-by-step creation. Linear programming. No, we don't do anything linear. Love the session today. Thank you so much. Great Saturday start. Yippee! Thank you so much for this wonderful class, Michelle. You rock. Thank you, Michelle. Yay! So if you're interested in a creating a money and business coaching series, I'm offering 4 sessions over 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, however you want to schedule that. And instead of $400 for the 4 sessions, it's only $300. So I'll put a link to that in the follow-up email as well. And if you are keen to create some more magic in your world, come and play. And I'll also put all the links to the books and things like that I've mentioned today. So there'll be lots of links, probably a links list. Thank you all for coming to play. I've had so much fun, and I hope it's contributed to you having more ease and joy and fun with creating money, doing what you love. I adore you all.
Thanks, Michelle. It was awesome.
Thanks, Wendy. Bye.
Bye.